Hey guys, and welcome to this video. So today I'm doing a first impression on new Maybelline products, the Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation and the Maybelline Dream Brightening Creamy Concealer. So I'm going to be doing kind of a first impression / review and wear test of these products today, and I really hope you guys enjoy the video, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the Dream Cushion Foundation. The only claims that I could really find for this is that it provides a full coverage while feeling super lightweight, so that sounded great, but it also said it was luminous, so I'm curious to see if it's gonna look luminous on me or if I'm gonna look super oily at the end of the day. I got mine in the shade 30, which is Warm Nude, and then it comes in this nice little compact. There's a nice size mirror, and then it has like a little foamy sponge, a place to put your fingers. I probably won't use this. I tried out the little sponge that came in the L'Oreal Cushion Foundation when I got that, and it's just not my thing, so I'm probably not going to use this today either. So then there's a little compartment down here. I'm just going to peel this off, and then it kind of looks how you expect it to with a cushion foundation in there. Let's go ahead and apply it. I'm going to apply to one half of my face with the Morphe M439, and the other half of my face I'm going to switch it up, and instead of using my Real Technique sponge, I'm going to use this L'Oreal sponge that I love so much. Okay, so I'm just going to dip it in once and see how far that gets us. Oh wow. Just that one dip, there's like a ton of foundation on this brush, almost too much. I think I could cover my whole face with this much foundation. Okay, so a little bit went a super long way with this foundation. I just dipped my brush in once and it just went all over my face, but I definitely feel like this is a good shade match for me. Okay, so let's do the other side with the sponge. Again, I'm just gonna do one dip. Okay, so right off the bat, I feel like the side where I used the brush, a little bit of the foundation went a lot longer on this side. I used the same amount on the sponge, and I don't feel like there was as much foundation to work with on this side. I also think the side with the brush provided better coverage than the side where I used the sponge, but it's still a pretty high coverage foundation. It feels really light on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It looks luminous like it claims for sure, so I'm gonna have to tone that down a little bit with the powder, but so far I'm definitely liking the finish of this foundation. And now I'm gonna go in with this Dream Brightening Concealer. This isn't a first impression for me. I haven't tried the other two. I've tried this one time and I really didn't like it. It looked super dry and patchy, but I'm gonna give it another try. This is only my second time using it. Maybe it was just a bad day, and we'll see if I feel the same way. And this is in the shade 20, which is the shade Light. So it's doing the same thing that it did to me last time. It's getting really patchy and cakey and sticking to my dry patches. Okay, so feelings haven't changed about that concealer. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Hey guys, so I just finished the rest of my makeup and I am loving the way that this foundation looks. All of my other products blended beautifully on top of it. I did set it with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder to kind of try and help it not be so luminous throughout this day. I'm hoping it doesn't get really oily, but it kind of feels like it's going to. You know those foundations where you can kind of just tell it's gonna get oily? I hope I'm wrong, but it looks gorgeous right now. I'm really, really impressed with this foundation. And this concealer is a hot mess. Not happy with the way my under eyes look. They look really, really cakey and like I'm wearing a ton of concealer. This is the exact same thing that happened the first time I used this concealer. So I'm gonna film another video and run some errands, and I will check back in with you guys at the end of the day and let you know how everything held up. Hey guys, I am back. It's been about 8 hours and I wanted to check in with you guys and give you an update on how everything wore throughout the day. So starting with the foundation, as you guys can probably see, I'm definitely oily throughout my T-zone, on my forehead. My cheeks have stayed relatively normal. They're not too oily. The foundation held up pretty well considering, but there's a couple things I wanted to point out to you guys. So kind of around my nose, the foundation has started to cake up and build up, and it's starting to kind of sink into my pores and making them more pronounced, which nobody wants that. And then it's starting to cake up right here and look a little bit dry around my eyebrows and also around my mouth. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's starting to look a little bit dry right there. And then the concealer has pretty much worn off underneath this eye, and it's creased pretty bad under this eye. It's it's emphasizing my fine lines underneath my eyes. So let's go ahead and get into final thoughts, starting with this foundation. This foundation applied absolutely beautifully, especially with the brush. A little bit went a really, really long way, and I think it really did live up to its claims. It claimed to be a full coverage, lightweight, luminous foundation, and it's definitely medium to full coverage. It's luminous and it does feel really lightweight on the skin. It's definitely not a long wearing foundation. It doesn't claim to be, but if I wore this again, I probably would cap it around 3 or 4 hours. That's when I started noticing things going downhill with this foundation. The couple things that I don't love so much about this foundation are that it definitely look oily, but then there's also dry patches, which is a little bit odd. And I feel like a broken record with this, but the price point, it's $12.99, at least at Target, and you're getting a half of an ounce. Most foundations are 1 ounce, so if you add it up, you're really paying like 25 bucks for an ounce of this foundation, and that's just not a drugstore price. So I'm really disappointed with the price point for how much product you get. That said, I've mentioned that a little bit goes a long way, so you probably will get a lot of wear out of this, but it's still a pretty steep price point. And then last and least, you guys know how I feel about this concealer. This was just a total miss for me, and I am the first one to praise Maybelline for their concealers. The Fit Me, the Age Rewind, they kill it usually on concealer, so I was really excited to try this, and it was just a huge flop. It was not blendable, not long lasting, it stuck to my dry patches and creased underneath my eyes, so this is a definite no-go for me. So that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.